The Opium War, Julia Lovell. Canton, the southern city in Guangdong province, to which European traders had been restricted since 1760, perhaps the least pleasant residence for a European on the face of the earth. Britain's relationship with China's current overlords, the Manchu Qing dynasty, should have been straightforward. Britain wanted tea and other desirables such as silk and porcelain. The Qing were happy to sell. The trade was thoroughly regulated. The dynasty's fourth emperor, Qianlong, had in 1760 limited foreign commerce to a monopolistic Canton guild of merchants known to Europeans as the Hong, Cantonese for company. Purchases and sales, transit taxes, complaints, custom tariffs, everything was to go first through the Hong, who might pass outstanding queries on to the local official in charge of trade. He might, in turn, forward matters on to the provincial governor, and from there, eventually, they might move on to the emperor in Beijing. Rather than put themselves to the trouble of finding lodgings and warehouses in the city of Canton itself, China's government ruled that European traders were to make themselves at home through the trading season, roughly September to January, in a row of factories leased to them by the Hong. Situated deliberately outside Canton's 30-foot high city walls, the factories offered merchants around 15 acres of living and warehouse space overlooking the Pearl River that led up to the city from the sea. Outside these months, the foreigners were to withdraw to the Portuguese leased enclave of Macau, about 70 miles away, or return home. The Europeans, in sum, were at all times to be kept at a careful, bureaucratic distance from the authorities and populace. But if relations between the Chinese government and foreign merchants were wary, the true source of bad feeling was not bureaucracy, it was economics. By the 1780s, Britain was running up a serious trade deficit, while China's government was quite happy to service the growing British tea addiction. It seemed to want little except silver in return. As East India Company profits failed to offset the costs of rule in India, British tea drinkers pushed Asia trade figures further into the red. From 1780 to 1790, the combined returns of the India and China trades failed to make even a £2 million dent in the £28 million debt left over from the conquest of India. By the 1820s, the British thought they had found a perfect solution to their difficulty: Indian opium, for which Chinese consumers had increasingly developed a taste over the preceding couple of decades. Between 1752 and 1800, a net 105 million silver dollars, approximately 26.25 million pounds, flowed into China. Between 1808 and 1856, 384 million traveled in the opposite direction. the balance apparently tipped by booming opium imports. From 1800 to 1818, the average annual traffic held steady at around 4,000 chests, each chest containing around 140 pounds of opium. By 1831, it was nearing 20,000. After 1833, when the free trade lobby terminated the East India Company's monopoly on the tea trade, the market was flooded by private merchants hungry for tea and profits. Opium, in ever greater quantities, was the barter. By the close of the decade, sales had more than doubled again.